Gemini, hello, it's Ashley. Let's take a look at your October reading. We're going to look at past, present, and future to get an idea of where you've been and where you're headed for this month. And then we're going to try and narrow down the story a bit. We're going to do some tarot and then clarify with another deck. If this is not your reading, because it will not be every Gemini's reading, make sure you check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements to get a full picture of what might be going on for you this week. Remember to like and subscribe, help that channel grow, and comment down below if you feel like this was your reading. I'd love to hear from you. We are in Mercury retrograde as I'm filming this, and as you're watching this, I would assume, unless it's some time down the road. So that is having an impact for sure on the month of October 2021. I am linking the bonus readings at the end of this video for your specific Mercury retrograde reading, if you want to check that out if you haven't already. So let's see what's going on for Gemini in October. We have the Nine of Swords, the Three of Swords, and the Two of Swords. A little in our heads. We have the Empress, the Four of Swords, and the Seven of Wands. We have Patience, so this is the Temperance card in this deck. The Six of Wands, and the Five of Wands. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So could be dealing with a Capricorn. Could also have some themes coming up this month regarding your resources, whether that is money, time, people you know, that kind of thing. So we'll see how that's coming into play. Could also be a long-term partner here, with it being the Queen of Pentacles. Now, from what I can see, just looking at where we're at here, some of my Geminis are struggling to let go of a love relationship. Could also be just a something that you love. Could even have been that you had a recent loss of a loved one and you are in this grieving period. Could also be that, you lost a position that you loved at work. So take it as it resonates, but I do feel like there's some resistance in letting it go going on here. And to me, it almost looks like the steps of the grieving process, like denial, resistance, anger showing up here. So let's see what's going on for the Geminis in October. Now keep in mind that the Mercury retrograde is taking place in the sign of Libra, which is all about relationships. So that's going to be a theme right now. So if you're not looking for a love reading, this may not be your reading. So in the past position, we have the guinea pig. Isn't it cute? It says, do your part to illuminate the universe. And it has Archangel Mary here on the card. So what this deck in particular talks about, it is the Archangel Animal deck by Diana Cooper. I have not been using this very long, so just testing it out here. It talks about how guinea pigs are related to the planet Venus. So they bring in unconditional love and spread it by just being their cute little selves. And so what it's talking about is this intense desire that you have to spread love in the past position here. So we'll see how that's coming into play. We have the Nine of Swords, the Empress, and Temperance here. Kind of some fears coming up, some sleepless nights about potentially whether or not this is going to be something that bears fruit, that grows, that grows into something more positive, more abundant. And I do feel like there's been a lot of patience on your part, and it feels almost at this juncture that we're hitting the end of that patience. So like I said, that could be a romantic situation. It could be a partner. It could be any kind of relationship. So take it as it resonates. So let's see if we can get some more here. What's going on? Why do we have the Nine of Swords? We have the Four of Swords. And the King of Wands. So somebody here may be in a situation where there is either less discussions, communication going on, or no communication happening, potentially with a fire sign, specifically a Sagittarius showing up here strongly. Let's see what the Empress has to say. We have the Devil, so some Capricorn energy, along with Libra, Taurus with that Empress. And the King of Pentacles, so some more Taurus energy here. And that Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, to me, that is a divine pair here. Now, it does look like potentially there was a long-term relationship in the past that was toxic. And it may have actually consumed quite a bit of your energy. It could have consumed your money, your resources. We could be talking here about a divorce situation that took place and sort of tapped you out in terms of, you know, funds, retirement, home. It could have been, you know, a number of things depending on if that's your story and how you split up the assets in the relationship. Let's look at Temperance here. We have the Star card and the Nine of Swords. So I do feel like there's a lot of healing happening here in the past, recent past, I would say. With the Four of Swords, the Nine of Swords, and the Star showing up here with the Temperance, there's a lot of stress that was happening, a lot of mental worry about this particular situation. And I'm getting a couple things here. So for some of you, I feel like there's been, you know, perhaps some, it's almost like you were put in such a downer situation with this toxic relationship that was happening. Could have very well have been a marriage, that it really knocked your confidence. It really knocked your motivation. I mean, it really zapped you of a lot of any kind of energy, money, time, you know, just your own cup being emptied, right? And I feel like there's been a lot of healing that's been taking place while dealing with this situation, because there was so much stress surrounding this situation. For some of you, I am getting that because you are in the middle of trying to end a marriage to someone that another suitor has decided to stop talking to you, and that has also been very stressful to you. It's like you found this new passion with someone, and you're still bound in some way to this marriage potentially, or long-term commitment, and you're trying to get out of it, but they maybe are feeling impatient with that progress, and so they've retreated. So take that as it resonates. That's not going to be for everyone. Let's look at the present moment. So in the present, so October, we have time to go, but it is in the reverse. So there is something here that is being held on to too tightly, or we're fighting the ending of something, right? Or someone is fighting the ending of something. It could very well be this counterpart here in the past position. Now, I think that there's been a lot of heartbreak. There's been, we're getting the Four of Swords twice. There's a ton of mental energy here. You can see all this blue. That's swords. And so that's a lot of thinking happening, reflecting, worrying, sleepless nights kind of activity going on here. There is victory coming in with this Six of Wands, however. But let's take a look at how we get there and why that is going to come about, because it looks like right now there's just a lot of pain. Heartbreak, trying to heal. It may be that there's, quite a bit of reflecting going on. Just a lot of really heavy mental activity. So let's see. Tell me about the Three of Swords. We have the Six of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. With the Four of Swords, we have the Knight of Swords and the Fool. With the Six of Wands, we have the High Priestess and the Queen of Wands. So another divine pair here with the King and Queen of Wands showing up. So, Gemini, I think part of this heartbreak has been, I do feel for some of you, it has been directly related to a loss of money. Like I was saying, something about this past toxic situation has really drained you of all forms of energy, and I do feel like money is one of those things. So you could be taking quite the financial hit from having ended a long-term partnership or working through ending it at this time. I think that's, for the most part, I feel like for most of you that is still in process here. I'm not seeing any tens as of yet, and so it's not quite finished for a lot of you. But I do feel like on some level there is a new spark that's happening. Whether it's just some inspiration to, like this situation taught you what you don't want, and now you have an idea of what you do want, and you just want to move forward, right? For others, I do feel like there's a potential new partner here that has sparked your interest, as I was saying with that King of Wands there in the past position, who may or may not be feeling impatient about this relationship coming to a close, okay? So I do feel like this person, if they have not been speaking with you, that's about to change. I do feel like they're going to come in and communicate that they want to start something with you. So heads up on that. That is coming in. And I do feel like that victory is going to be revealed here with the High Priestess and the Queen of Wands. You've been attracting this in and manifesting it for yourself. And this High Priestess has kind of, maybe on some intuitive level you knew that, but you weren't seeing the evidence of it in the physical. And I do feel like that is going to be revealed at the present time in October. So that's looking really positive. But I do feel like with that time to go in the reverse showing up here, there's still, like, the struggle with this past person is still happening at this time. Like I said, it doesn't feel like it's closed. Whether that's a divorce, it's not finalized yet. Whether it's, you're still battling about how to split up the assets of this relationship, that's not quite yet done. And I do feel like that's coming. I do feel like that's coming in here in the near future for most of you. But it can feel like it has it can feel at this time like it's, wrapped around your waist, and it has you in its chains here. As you can see on the Devil card, these lovers are bound to him with chains around their neck. So it can kind of feel like it's controlling you. Now, one thing to keep in mind, though, is that you're probably not going to be able to see it on this really tiny little card, but the chain where it wraps around their neck is actually pretty loose. And so on some mental level, it feels like you're stuck. On a real physical level, you are not actually stuck. It's just been a challenge. So let's look into the future position. We have a deep breath. And so what this card really talks about is, well, taking a deep breath, kind of calming your energy down. This can be a card that talks about, potentially having a bit of a temper about something, kind of going into anger about something. And so its advice is to just ground, take a deep breath, and remind yourself that things will work out for you. We have the Two of Swords, the Seven of Wands, and the Five of Wands. So definitely some fire energy coming in here, particularly in the conflict arena. But I do feel like you're in a very strong position here. With the Seven of Wands, you are at your personal best, right? You've been working to heal yourself. You are standing up for yourself, and you can see that he's up on this highest part of this cliff. So you're standing in a position that allows you to defend the ground that you're on. But I think on some level, with this Two of Swords, you don't see it. You may just feel really frustrated, mentally stressed, and you're kind of hitting this point where you're about to go into a rage here. But I think what this is saying that you need to recognize is that you're actually in a good position. And you can take a deep breath and just breathe through this, and it will pass. So let's see what else might be going on here. The Two of Swords. We're getting the Queen of Swords and the Five of Cups. With the Seven of Wands, we're getting the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. And with the Five of Wands, we have the Seven of Swords and the Lovers. So it does feel like there's still some conflict potentially within you about leaving this past relationship here. Something is challenging you, like it would make you sad to do so. I mean, there's all this stress here. It's obvious that this relationship that you've been in long term that is proving to be toxic in some way is not only draining you, but you know, you're attached to it. You have love for this person, and it's something that you're resisting letting go of. Even though there may actually be someone else in the wings here that is very interested in starting something with you, there's still some old feelings here about this partnership. And I think what this final row is also saying, besides, you know, don't fly off the handle in anger, or don't get so frustrated that you just blow up. But I think what it's also saying here is that it's okay to let go of the conflict to release this. It looks to be something that is destined for you, and it wants you to decide. With that Queen of Swords there, we need to make a clear decision. Yes, we have regrets about the past. Yes, we have regrets about, you know, potentially needing to walk away from this situation that we care about, but there's 2 cups still standing here, and you need to see that this isn't ending. This relationship is not the end of your life. It's not the end of all your happiness and your potential. If it is related to money, it's not the end of your abundance either. We do have the 9 of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles here. And while this relationship sitting here with the Empress may have really drained you of your Empress status, you know, all full abundance in every area of your life, you're not really coming out in a bad position here. You have the 9 of Pentacles, which is pre-Empress energy, and you'll be able to take the steps to rebuild that for yourself. This isn't the end for you. And so with the 5 of Wands, the 7 of Swords, and the Lovers showing up here, I do feel like you're still feeling some conflict about leaving this behind. And walking away from this connection here. But, you know, don't forget that that connection had a lot of, you know, below board activity going on within it. There was something not truthful. There was something not healthy. Something toxic has been going on in this relationship. And so I really feel like kind of what this final row here is saying is that, you know, you can do this. You can do this. See clearly, you know, and to believe in yourself, because it's not going to be the end of the road for you. There is more for you to experience and accomplish for yourself. So, kind of an interesting, busy month for you, Gemini, but I do feel like it can and will head in a positive direction. The victory is there. It's just whether or not you're going to take it and go for this new beginning that is coming in here. Or are you going to kind of, you know, hide your eyes and not want to face reality? It's kind of what it feels like here. Been there, done that. I know how difficult that is. So I wish you the best of luck, and make sure to check out your Mercury retrograde for Gemini, listed now at the end of this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.